From shattering stats that stood for decades to making history in no ways thought possible, here are all NFL players who broke an unbreakable record. Number 10, Drew Brees. For 52 years, Johnny Unitas' record stood like a wall. 47 consecutive games with a touchdown pass. Quarterbacks came and went. Hall of Famers put up numbers, but nobody could touch it. Then came Drew Brees. From 2009 to 2012, he threw touchdowns in 54 straight games, breaking a record that had survived since the 1950s. It wasn't just skill. It was precision, consistency, and never having an off day. Every Sunday, Brees walked into the Superdome knowing the pressure. One bad game and the streak dies. Instead, he turned the NFL into his personal clinic, dissecting defenses with laser-accurate passes to Marquise Colston and Jimmy Graham. When he finally passed Unitas, the crowd erupted, and the unbreakable became his. And right when fans thought no one could follow that, another legend stepped up. Number 9, Tom Brady. Drew Brees held the modern gold standard with 54 straight games with a passing touchdown. People said, that's it? No one's beaten that in today's NFL. Enter Tom Brady. From 2010 to 2013, he tossed touchdowns in 52 consecutive games. And while he fell just short of Brees' final mark, the duel itself broke the notion that Unitas' record was untouchable. What made Brady's run insane was the precision under pressure. Defenses threw everything at him. Blitzes, double teams, collapsing pockets, and he still delivered. Brady chasing Brees turned a 50-year record into a back-and-forth shootout between two of the greatest ever. But if you think passing streaks are crazy, the next guy broke a record that felt like pure fantasy football. Number 8, Peyton Manning. When Tom Brady threw 50 touchdowns in 2007, people thought it would last a generation. It was perfection. Randy Moss catching bombs, defenses helpless, record shattered. Then Peyton Manning decided 2013 was his year. He threw 55 touchdowns, breaking Brady's unbreakable mark. Manning didn't just break it, he made it look easy. Week after week, he diced up defenses with pinpoint accuracy, using Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker, and Wes Welker like chess pieces. By the time he hit 51, Brady's record was gone. By 55, Manning had created a season so absurd, it still hasn't been topped. And while Manning was rewriting single-season history, another quarterback was climbing the all-time mountain. Number 7, Brett Favre. Dan Marino retired with 420 career touchdown passes. For years, it felt untouchable. This was pre-spread offenses, pre-17 games. People said, nobody's catching him. Then Brett Favre came along. Gunslinger, Iron Man, chaos incarnate. By 2007, Favre had thrown his 421st touchdown, officially breaking Marino's all-time record. He finished with 508 touchdowns, proving that longevity plus fearless play could topple the impossible. It was a historic moment. An old NFL monument finally fallen to a man who just refused to stop throwing. But the NFL record book doesn't stay quiet for long, and the next entry belongs to another legend. Number 6, Peyton Manning. Brett Favre's 508 career touchdown passes were supposed to stand for decades. Who plays long enough and scores that much? Peyton Manning did. In 2014, he threw his 509th career touchdown, breaking Favre's all-time mark in front of a roaring Denver crowd. It was classic Manning. A perfectly executed route, a precise throw, and a piece of history rewritten. From being told his neck injury might end his career to passing a living legend, Manning proved that nothing is truly unbreakable if your talent and preparation meet opportunity. And while quarterbacks were rewriting the air game, one running back was coming for the ground game's most sacred record. Number 5, Emmitt Smith. Walter Payton's 16,726 rushing yards felt like a mountain no one could climb. Running backs break down. Careers are short. and Sweetness was in a league of his own. But Emmitt Smith kept running. On October 27, 2002, he broke Peyton's record, eventually finishing with 18,355 yards. He wasn't always the fastest or flashiest, but he was relentless. Year after year, carry after carry. Watching Smith pass Peyton was watching a man push beyond impossible, turning consistency into history. And speaking of legends, one wide receiver took down a record belonging to the greatest of all time. Number 4, Calvin Johnson. Jerry Rice's 1,848 receiving yards in 1995 was the Mount Everest of wide receiver records. Nobody was supposed to catch it. Then, in 2012, Calvin Johnson, Megatron, went nuclear. He finished with 1,964 yards, breaking Rice's record while catching passes on a 4-12 Lions team. Defenses knew the ball was coming to him and still couldn't stop it. That season felt like a cheat code, and breaking Rice's impossible mark solidified Johnson as one of the most dominant receivers ever. But the next record wasn't about skill alone. It was about pure defensive destruction. Number 3, Michael Strahan. Mark Gastineau's 22 sacks in 1984 stood for 17 years. Quarterbacks got smarter, the ball came out quicker, and no one could touch it. Then Michael Strahan broke it in 2001 with 22.5 sacks. The final one, on Brett Favre, sparked debate forever, but the record stood. It was a year of pure dominance, where Strahan wrecked game plans and made left tackles look like practice dummies. Breaking Gastineau's record proved that even the most protected quarterbacks could still be hunted down. And if you thought defense was done, one cornerback turned forced fumbles into an art form. Number 2, Charles Peanut Tillman. Forced fumbles are supposed to be rare. Defensive backs just don't get them like linebackers or edge rushers. But Charles Tillman changed the game. By the time he was done, he had 44 career forced fumbles, the most by a defensive back, breaking multiple long-standing DB records. In 2012 alone, he forced 10, an NFL single-season high for a corner. Tillman's peanut punch didn't just break records. It created a legacy that every defensive back now tries to copy. And finally, one running back didn't just break a record. He stole it on football's biggest stage. Number 1, Saquon Barkley. Terrell Davis's 2,476 combined rushing yards from the 1998 season and playoffs lasted for over 25 years. Running backs didn't get that kind of workload anymore, and the NFL is a passing league now. Then, Saquon Barkley exploded. In a season straight out of a video game, he hit 2,478 yards, breaking the record under Super Bowl lights. One extra cut, one extra burst, and the Unbreakable was broken. It was a statement to the league. Running backs can still make history. So, which one of these record-breaking moments blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you're into legendary NFL performances, impossible records, and the history-making plays the league will never forget, go ahead and click on one of these other videos in the corner.